Man, why is there nothing good on YouTube these days? It's just vlogs and day in the life videos. We need some new content here. Oh, hey, what's up?
Hey.
Why do you have so many bags? It looks like you're moving back home or something.
Well, I did just come back from living in New Jersey for 7 months.
You were in New Jersey for 7 months?
Yeah, wait, you didn't notice?
Not really.
Where do you think I was this whole time?
I don't know. I kind of just gotten used to you coming and going these days. Honestly, I notice you more when you're at home than when you're not.
Fair enough. Anyways, enjoy me while you can because I'm leaving again in a week.
A week? Where are you going now?
Atlanta.
For what?
For school?
You go to school in Atlanta?
Oh my god, if you just watch my vlogs then you would know all of this.
I'll think about it. Anyways, what you been up to?
Hello and Happy New Year. I know that's kind of hypocritical considering my track record.
Well, I mean, New Year's is kind of irrelevant compared to the other holidays.
But 2024 is really one hell of a year for me, and I'm excited for what's in store in 2025. A few days ago, I moved back home from New Jersey to North Carolina after finishing up my co-op at Johnson & Johnson, and in a couple more days, I'll be driving back down to Atlanta for my spring semester of my junior year at Georgia Tech. It feels like I was just standing here talking about my spring semester from last year, but that was more than 7 months ago, which is kind of crazy to think about. Doing this co-op at J&J is probably the closest I'll get to what full-time employment feels like before I actually get to that stage in my life, and I've definitely learned a lot from it. So I thought I'd take this time to reflect on that experience so future student can feel more confident when he gets to full-time employment.
You thought you'd be employed? That's funny.
To start off, one of the biggest adjustments when it came to working out of state like this was living on my own. Obviously, I had roommates during the summer and fall, but at the end of the day, I had to make sure I was taking care of myself and, keeping myself alive. I was a little worried at first because even though I was able to do this at Tech, it was still kind of a hassle getting groceries, cooking, going to the gym, and doing other stuff while still having classes and assignments to worry about. But then I realized I don't have any of those while co-oping, and I have my car, which made things a lot easier. If I needed groceries, I could just drive 5 minutes to Stop and Shop instead of the usual 20-minute walk from Nav to Publix. If I wanted to go to the gym, I could just stop by Planet Fitness on the way back from work instead of trying to go to the CRC between classes. The bigger challenge though was cooking more often because I was trying to save some money on my meals. And I know I've talked a lot in the past about wanting to learn how to cook.
Hopefully I can learn how to cook some more before I have to go back though, or else I will literally starve.
But being on my own for this long actually forced me to do it. One of my proudest moments was when I made a chicken curry on my own for the first time. That's where I peaked. All in all, I lived a pretty peaceful lifestyle up in Jersey, and now I'll get to go back to the chaos of school. So fun. Of course, I wasn't just vibing like this the whole time while I was up there. I still had to do the actual work that came with the co-op. Summer internships are definitely more common for students to do, but honestly, the co-op experience is so much better. Working for 8 months gave me enough time to really understand my base business work before diving into key projects. Not only that, but it gave me enough time to become comfortable with my team and the company culture, making me more confident in networking and meeting people on different teams. And one more bonus, it gave me enough time to muster up the courage to film a day in the life video, which I probably wouldn't have done if I was just working for 10 to 12 weeks. Anyways, moral of the story, if you have the chance to do a co-op, I would highly recommend it. Now, living and working in New Jersey wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, though we did see this pretty cool double rainbow once. Going through this experience had one big drawback, and that was being away from my family and friends. It wasn't too difficult being away from my family and friends back at home, since I got used to that going to school out of state. I actually got to see them more than I would in a usual school semester because of the work-life balance I got from the co-op, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. For my tech friends though, it was a bigger change, especially since most of them were on campus in the fall going about their usual activities. And I won't lie, there was a little bit of FOMO at the beginning there. Maintaining those connections took some more effort as I traveled back to Tech 3 times during the semester and made sure to regularly call and text people while up in New Jersey. Being away from everyone for so long made me realize that you have to really be intentional about maintaining the relationships you have with the people you care about. And I know that's only going to get harder in the next few years as we're all graduating, but I'm glad I at least experienced this now so I can prepare for it better in the future. On the other hand, it's equally important to be intentional about creating new relationships with the people you have around you. I was really fortunate to have awesome roommates during the summer and fall, which made it feel like I was never lonely when I came back home. On top of that, I met some really great co-ops at J&J who I hung out with in the office at different events, and outside of it, going out to dinner and taking small trips on the weekends. Looking back, I probably could have put in more effort meeting people earlier on, especially since I was so close to the Rutgers campus. But I think knowing that I'll be back at Tech in the following spring made me less focused on meeting new people in Jersey. Regardless of that, making these new connections really made me feel like I was living in New Jersey rather than just working in it, and it's another important thing I'm glad I learned how to do now rather than later. If I'm going to be honest, after doing this co-op, I can't wait to finish up at school and start working full-time. Before I get any backlash for saying that, obviously I love going to Georgia Tech, being on campus with all my friends, and just living life as a college student. But the balance and flexibility you get working full-time is just unbeatable. And the money. The money is pretty good too, but mainly the balance. Having a dedicated time during the week to do work makes things so nice because it frees up the rest of your day and the weekend to do whatever you want. If you want to spend that free time learning new things, working on projects, or getting involved in your community, you can. At the same time, if you want to go out with your friends, explore new places, or just sit on the couch and watch TV, you can do that too. Because outside of the 40 hours a week that you're working, depending on your job, the rest of that time is for you. For me, I use a lot of that time to travel, including going back to North Carolina to see my family and home friends, going to Atlanta to see my tech friends,
Going to New York City several times with people in the area and those who came to visit.
and exploring the tri-state area with the friends I made in New Jersey. And thinking about the future, I'm so excited to keep doing that when I'm working full-time. Until then, I'm going to focus on making the most of the rest of my time at tech and try my best to document as much of it as possible in future videos, because time is flying by fast and I don't want to miss any of it. Anyways, it's been nice talking with you all, but I have a lot of packing to do and one more season of How I Met Your Mother to watch before I drive back down to Atlanta. So I'll see you guys later. Take care.